morning, Soul Family. Actually, it's noon. I've been working already. I had to get up and get to work. I had clients waiting. I'm curious to see what comes up in our cards today. It's very clear weather outside. It's quite warm. The lake is calm. I feel like there's clarity. I definitely have clarity. I'm not going to say anything else. I just heard rest easy on the radio. So I'm writing what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. And I feel calm. I'm very calm with my decision. So I'm curious to see what comes up. Yesterday was beautiful doing our weekly reading down at the water. Beautiful place. Best place to be when you want to clear your head. And it was just a gorgeous place. I really needed to get away. I needed to be where I felt free and nobody coming in on my space, invading my energy. I just wanted to have my own. It's funny because I was out in the open and people kept coming up and coming, and leaving, but I was not feeling trapped. I wanted to not feel trapped. And nature does that for you. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip around with the cards this morning. Rest easy is what I just got. For those of you who have been asking about Prince, the doctor called when I was on my work call, unfortunately, so I had to call back. And they were calling to say that they were going to take his catheter out at noon, so that's in a half an hour, and see if he could use his litter box by himself, which he will because he's doing fantastic apparently, and then he can come home. And I know that they want to keep him there as long as they possibly can because, of course, every hour he's there, the bill keeps going. And if he's going to sit in a cage there, he can come home and sit in a bed. So I'm asking that move quickly through whatever is in his highest good. If he can come home sooner, that be done. And we've reached $560 of donations. And, I mean, that's amazing. Thank you so much, everybody's generosity. And the prayers and the blessings are the most important because Spirit will make sure that we get the money that we need. There's still we're not quite certain what the total is right now. So we'll find out today when we pick them up. It was going to be, the estimate was $1,500 and it was going higher. So I'm wanting to see it lower than that. But, $560 down is a huge help, So, thank you for all of your concern and love, and I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. And I'm shuffling with the Angel Tarot deck, and I feel as though, depending on what I get from this deck, I'll know whether I need to move on to another deck that I have in mind. This is such a very large deck. There's 78 cards in this deck, so it's hard for my hands. I got little hands. Hard for me to hold them. So I separate the deck and shuffle it. And I just feel like they really need to be shuffled. So I'm asking Spirit, of all these cards, they know that my hands can only hold so much. And I'm going to drop, and I hope, and I'm trusting that the cards drop that are most needing to be emphasized for the most amount of people. Because, of course, so many people all over the world see these readings, and Spirit knows who to line up, with who. To get the messages that are of importance. I do want to share something with you. I've said to you guys, please like and share these videos because there are people who scroll across and see them for the first time. And I got a message on my YouTube channel this morning. I'll read it to you. This is why it's important. This person, I don't know this person, Athena Palace. And it was on yesterday's reading, actually, and she wrote it 2 hours ago. Butterfly matches your earrings. The butterfly that went by was kind of the colors of my earrings, she noticed. I'm just hearing Prince's story. I completely hear everything you're saying, and I also live my life in this fashion, through Spirit. You would not believe all of the splendor living this way has brought me. It is really magical. My mom, who never says anything nice to me or about me, does say, you really should write a book. My mom always said that too, because nobody would believe my story. It'd be a great nonfiction or fiction. Laugh out loud, I have no plans for that, as my life moves way too fast. And so much happens, full speed ahead. I don't even take time to view your videos, but I'm happy that I'm taking the time to enjoy this one as it just popped up. See, so when we share these on our feed, it could just pop up and somebody could listen to it and get the message they need, because listen to what she's saying. This just popped up and began to play. Interesting enough, an old love who I spent the end of the 20th century with into the 21st, then went our separate ways, contacted me this morning, which is not easy to do because I move and change phone numbers like people drink water. Funny enough, I needed him to contact me because I recently moved from California to the middle of nowhere to be with my birth family, only to discover I am being completely ignored by them to the point that I'm unable to stay in this podunk town and need to move away from here. Turns out he now lives in California, near where I just moved from. We were together in Hawaii back when we were both there. This may be my answer from Spirit on the next step of my life on this planet. Interesting. This gentleman is 12 years younger than me, but we are on the exact same level as we are both old souls and are from the same soul group. Laugh out loud. I just went to pause you, and the timer is at 22:22. If that is not validation, I don't know what is. I am listening as I type because I can. Love learning the examples that you are giving us as I learn and live. This is very interesting, and I am picturing examples in my own life, learning from this message the ins and outs of the examples that you are giving, such as what colors mean and other signs and what they mean. Also interesting. I originally clocked on this because of the, which means she clicked. The word was clocked, but it was obviously misspelled. Because of the Bon Jovi lyrics, as I lived a couple of years with that as my theme song, connected to Spirit, and the only thing, person, anything that I was living on was a prayer. And so my response was, wow, I'm sorry, I can't think of it. I mean, literally, after reading all that, I just heard in my head, wow. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything more eloquent in response. I'm so glad to hear so much resonates. Much of what you are saying is mirroring my own story that I've been watching in my dreams. I love how Spirit delivers messages, as they do to all of us. We hear another story, and it mirrors our own, and also brings us messages that we need to hear. It's amazing, really. Thank you so much for speaking as you have. It has really helped me this morning after a night of very lucid dreams. I heard, upon waking, right before I read this, you are about to have a very important conversation with a prince baby. And I know who that refers to. So bless you for sharing this with me, and blessings to you on your journey. So excited for you and your friend from the past. Now, I told you that Prince mirrors a person in my life. So this is another prince baby. It's exactly the same situation. As I was shuffling the cards just now, and I love this, one card fell out. So this is going to be our first card. And it's interesting because this is one of the cards that I got earlier that I was wondering if was going to come out. So we'll stop with this card, and we're going to look at all of the different meanings of it, because there are more than one. So first of all, the number 3 has been coming up quite a bit. The number 333, the number 33, the number 3, just 3. 3 animals kept showing. Remember the 3 red hawks. And remember I said I was going to get a message regarding my twin? Well, that was it, the one that I just read to you. Very clear to me. I understand what they were showing me. So for the number 3, as I said, the Ascended Masters are helping you. Now we know it was Archangel Michael that showed up yesterday. An Archangel, and it could be, as I said, Jesus, Kuan Yin, a saint, or whatever, whoever comes to you. I'm not going to tell you who it is. However, in our reading, it was very clear that it was Archangel Michael. And as I said, Archangel Michael will help you deal with whatever you need to deal with. Like this person went to live with their birth family, in the middle of nowhere, and recognized that that was not the place for them to be. And she basically needs to escape. I need to get out of here. And if you are feeling stuck in a place and you need to, Archangel Michael will facilitate. I kept thinking about the helicopter, the blue dragonfly. He was so big. I was disappointed when I looked at the video yesterday that the Red Hawks were so small. I mean, they weren't that small in front of me. I don't understand why that is. But the dragonfly did fly right past the video camera, so you were able to see. I mean, in all reality, that dragonfly was at least that long. I've never seen one that large. And I kept thinking of the fact that it's a helicopter. And last night, as I edited the video to put it out, I was talking to Archangel Michael, and I said, I know that like a helicopter, you can drop into a situation and extricate or evacuate someone, help someone escape from a position or a place or a feeling or a thought, anything, where no one else can. Like, you could know of somebody, like I watch in my dreams, just like this woman spoke about. I watch that happening. I know that that's what's happening. I can't do anything about it. I can't get there, but Spirit can. And as we say, we turn it over to Spirit, and we say, whatever is in the highest good, if you can make a way out for this situation, please do it. And I know that you will. I don't know how you're going to do it. Maybe there isn't even a physical, logical, reasoning for how this possibly could come about, but you will do it. You will drop. I kept hearing Black Hawk Down. I just kept hearing Black Hawk Down. You're going to drop that helicopter into that position, whatever that is, whether that be in someone's mental process, whether that be in someone's physical family, whether that be in a place where they're not safe, they need to get removed from that area, whether it has to do with, like when my cat, $1,500 slapped down on the table, yes, we'll take care of it. That just came out of nowhere. Whatever spirit needs to do, they're gonna do it like a helicopter. They're gonna drop in where no one else can. They're gonna airlift that person out, and they'll be out of there. There are no boundaries that spirit can't cross. There are no obstacles. So for me, when I look at the 3 of water, 3 is, again, the Ascended Masters helping you, and water is emotion. A celebration. To me, getting from what I've been watching and what has been coming up, there will be a celebration when that happens. A situation that you couldn't see your way out of. A celebration. There could be reunions. Maybe this is someone that you've been waiting for that Spirit needed to get. Spirit needed to help them out. That was the only way. Just like death shall not take him. Right? God breathing life back into the person's health. They've been failing. They may have been on the chopping block like Blit Prince. There's no way out. Somebody comes through and just bam, they're there. Right? We don't know how Spirit works. They work in wonderful ways. But you may then have a reunion, because that's what they're saying. Reunions are likely. There's announcements of weddings. There could be births being announced. There could be new partnerships, new businesses starting up. They're definitely telling you, when you look at the dolphins, there are, how many dolphins do I see? Well, there's 3 dolphins, okay? 3. And 3, again, Ascended Masters are telling you the importance of playing, the importance of relaxing. It's important for you maybe to stop your work. And you need to take a break. You need to reconnect. You need to reconnect with your inner child. Maybe you are the one that is going to be reuniting with someone. Maybe you've been away working and now you're going to come home. So there's reason for celebration, a reuniting, and fun, a party, everything. It's whatever it is. It's a positive. Or you need to do this. This is what they're advising you to do. Maybe you're going to throw a party, or maybe it's just a vacation and it feels like a party. Because it's like, oh, it's the best feeling in the world. I've escaped this job that's been killing me. I've escaped this sickness. I've escaped this situation, this relationship, this toxic environment. And I feel like partying like it's 1995, which is what I heard on the radio when we drove away from the hospital. We took Prince into the hospital in critical condition. He was in the hands of the doctors. And then we heard, tonight I'm going to party. The song Prince. Tonight I'm going to party till like it's 1995. That's how you're going to feel. And then what happened right after that? Living on a prayer. Take my hand. We're halfway there, living on a prayer. We're going to make it, I swear. That is reason for celebration. Truth and trust. And as I say this, I'm watching. I can't do it. They're moving too quick. Sparrows. 2 sparrows. They're like doing this little beeline around. Like they're going all around here, flying up to the tree super fast. You wouldn't have been able to see. But the sparrow is victory. The sparrow is an overlooked person. Right? Underestimated. A sparrow is a survivor. They've made it through anything. Prince was on his deathbed, and he bounced back because he's a survivor. He's a fighter. He's strong, and so are you, because you've got the Ascended Masters working with you. It's also a bird of self-worth and recognizing your self-worth. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be treated with respect. You don't deserve to be spied on. You don't deserve to be treated like you are an option. If somebody treats you like an option, show them the door. Right? You're not an option. I'm looking at right now. I don't know if you guys can't probably see it. Shoot, I wish you could, because it's so cool to watch. Right, flying by. Oh, right then. There it goes again. 2 doves and 2 sparrows. They just keep circling around. So the sparrow is prophecy. The sparrow is soulmate connection. The sparrow is taking a breath. This is the dove. Peace. Peaceful resolution. But pausing, taking a breath, which is what Spirit's advising you to do. Take a rest. Right? Feed your soul. And the sparrow, you deserve it. You're worthy of this. This is about happy conclusions, because 3 always is like, to me, I always think of the number 3 coming full circle and completion. It's hospitality, community, goodwill, everything that we talked about in yesterday's reading actually is summed up in this card right here. So I'm going to sneeze, which means clearing. Hold on. And I'm going to see what's on the radio. 3 times I sneezed. Promiscuous boy, promiscuous girl. Okay, this is a player. Promiscuous boy, promiscuous girl. I got that this morning. I was wondering if this was going to come out. That somebody may be looking at you and seeing you differently than you actually are. You aren't what they think you are. I also got that somebody has literally pretended to be you and has taken, actually it's been me, my identity, and has been communicating with somebody pretending to be me, and it wasn't me. Hopefully the person, Spirit, I know, Spirit will, as we had come up this morning several times that I haven't spoken about yet, but secrets always are revealed. In the end, the truth comes out. It always does. And the truth will come out, and it's going to be harsh for somebody. It's going to be harsh. So try and keep a cool head, because somebody in my life has been lied to and manipulated, and I've been spied on, and it's ridiculous, and I've known it for quite a while. And the number 3, coming full circle, completion, and it's wrapping up. So curious to see what, so the song was basically promiscuous girl, promiscuous boy. These guys were players. That's how they treated each other. That's how they acted. It was about sex. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about caring for another, because love is about giving of yourself. These ones, it's about taking. I love what you give to me. I love how I feel when I'm with you. I love, you know, it's all about how they feel. But true love is what you give to another, right? So promiscuous girl, promiscuous boy, no thanks. That's not my cup of tea. So correct neutrality on all levels. What's coming next? Actually, what's coming next is the Oracle of Shadows and Light. I just was told, so we'll see what they have to say. Curious. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. You know, a lot of times we feel sorry for people, or we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and we see them in a situation and we think, oh, you know, they've been through this, they've been through that, and we give excuses to them for their behavior. But we've all been through stuff, and we get a choice every morning about what we're going to do and how we're going to act when we wake up. And actions speak louder than words. And somebody says, well, you know, they tell you they love you, but do they show you? They're not around you. They don't spend time with you. They like it that way. What they want is to keep a hold of you energetically and not be there, because they are too afraid to move forward in a relationship, or don't want to. Because why? They're a promiscuous boy or promiscuous girl. But every once in a while, they'll hook you in, you know, just to keep you there. They spy on you because they're jealous, because they're insecure, which is not mature, which is not awake. They view you as a possession. They emotionally manipulate and blackmail you by bullying you emotionally. It's a form of control. Then they'll buy you things, you know, in order to show you that they love you. But that's not how you show someone you love them. You show someone you love them by spending your time with them. All of these things are coming out. And so you as the empath are always looking for the good in everyone, wanting to give everyone a second chance and accepting less for yourself. I have. No more. Because the Sparrow's main message is of self-worth. You deserve respect. You deserve the love that you give out. You do not deserve to be lied to, manipulated, and energetically sucked onto without having anybody even in your physical presence. So really curious to see what card Spirit throws out from this deck. But this is all coming as I'm shuffling, so curious. Let me see now with the song. Interesting. This song, you can take it 2 different ways. I'm in love with your body. I was in your room last night. This is somebody energetically connecting. But they're not there. They don't show up. I'm in love with your body, right? Promiscuous girl. So they're obsessed with you. They're obsessed with something about you. That isn't about your inner beauty. That isn't about who you truly are. It's about what you look like on the outside. It's about what they can get from you. It isn't love. Don't feel flattered when somebody is obsessed with you. Don't feel flattered when they say, you're mine. Because they literally mean they believe they own you. And in a loving, proper relationship, there is no one in power over the other. Love is something that you give, it's not something that you take. Okay, this is enough. Show me the one. Yep. So, Right now, the Mildew Fairy comes up and is asking you to clean up what stinks. Something's stuck in the drain. Something is, and it's interesting because I got this yesterday. Literally in his house here, in the master bedroom, there was a horrible smell because no one had used it. Nobody uses that bedroom. And I said to the landlord, does it need to be cleaned out? And he said, no, it just hasn't been flushed in a long time. Well, think about when you flush something, that's where refuse goes away, right? So something's pooling there. And then in my sink, in my sink here, in my little studio, the same thing. So something to do with the drains, the systems needed to be flushed out. There was something that wasn't, something stinks. Think about that. Something stinks. Something doesn't smell right here. So there's something wrong. There's something that was collecting. And this is what Spirit's showing you. There's something that's not quite right here. There is an overstepping of boundaries is what we got in yesterday's reading. Very, very loud because of the gopher that came forward. There is a feeling of controlling another, of having a sense of entitlement. I bought you this. I deserve this. No. So Spirit's telling you right now, there's something that doesn't smell right. It's stagnant emotion pooling there. You could be holding on to something, and it's making you feel nauseous. It's making you, something's not right. It smells bad. It feels bad. It's a parasite. And when you think of parasite, a parasite feeds off of you, right? Something that shouldn't be there. And you need to take care of it. You've had a feeling and you've been shown what you need to do, but the conditions around you, they're over-emotional to the point where it's not healthy. Something that you're not noticing, something that you're not getting. And so Spirit is saying, look, I'm here to show you. You're growing mushrooms here. And these aren't positive. Don't ignore me, because something needs to be cleaned before it starts to affect you. And right then, here comes the little sparrow of self-worth, right? You deserve to live in a healthy environment. You deserve to be in a healthy relationship. So is it your emotions that are stuck and stagnant? Are you not able, you're not thinking clearly? It's what is in your own home that needs to be cleared out. I already know. Last night I opened up all of the windows, all of the doors to let air move through the entire house. And I mean everywhere, in all the rooms upstairs, all night long. Because I knew you need to clear out this energy. I want to bring fresh energy in. And now my door is shut. So at this moment, Spirit's been saying, as I said, there's been stalking, there's been stepping over boundaries, there has been a little too close of tension, and you have been overriding your own instincts and trying to be nice about it. And at this point, there's emotions pooling in a certain area that need to be released. So what's going on in the area of your life? What in your environment? Spirit says, please don't try to hide this. Don't try to cover it up. Don't just spray. Now, see, that's interesting because I said to my landlord, you need to clean out those pipes and put some Drano in or clean out those pipes. Maybe I asked him to take the P-trap out and get something out of there. And he said, no, he just wanted to spray, air spray. And I said, that's not getting rid of the problem. I knew what the problem was. It needed to be cleaned out, cleared out, addressed, right? So maybe there's something that's going on that you haven't addressed. Maybe you need to address it. But at this moment, it's about approaching the situation openly. So it's kind of like, open up that P-trap. What has collected in your drainage? Think about what when you wash your hands, right? Or in my studio, I use that little sink. It's cleansing. You're cleaning. You're trying to clean something. But what comes off of you is dirt, debris, right? And that's what's pooled up. So something has gotten stuck somewhere and it's staying there. You haven't flushed it through. I took care of something this morning. I told you guys, I've talked about this. Somebody that was following me on Instagram, and I had an uncomfortable feeling, but then I started to feel bad. And so I would block them and unblock them. Nope, it's done. This morning it's like, no, you know who this, they're pretending to be somebody other than who they are. They're spying. They're trying to get information. It's negative. Block it. And social media is difficult. It really is, because you really don't know who is who. They make up fake profiles, right? So that was my thing that I needed to literally eliminate this morning. Also, as far as boundaries here, make them more clear, right? So don't try and cover it up. Don't try and make it go away. Because there's something in your life that needs to be straightened out. Maybe it's a new approach to looking at something. Maybe it's because your ideas are emotion, and that's water, right? You may have this pooling inside of you. You're making yourself sick by overanalyzing something or thinking negatively, right? Focusing on the worst. It may be literally telling you that you need to freaking do something in your own home, like here. That needed to be addressed. I'm sorry, I'm not happy to spray in a room spray. It needs to be cleaned out. Clean out the P-trap, deal with it. There's something not right, and I'm not going to be, I've been in other places before, like in a hotel, where you get that gassy smell that backs up through the pipes. Well, there's something in the hotel, right? They need to clean it out. You're not going to be happy to light a candle in there. That'll make you sick. It's disgusting anyway. It started, actually, we went into the vet when we took Prince into the room. We walked into the room, and it smelled fetid, is that the word? It smelled really bad, and I said to the doctor, isn't it interesting that it's following wherever we go? Interesting with my landlord. And he said, something stinks, and I said, yeah, it does. And he says, we need some spray, and I said, no, it needs to. I looked underneath. It's interesting. He wants to cover it up. I want to pull it out. So I opened up the cupboards to see if there was something in the garbage. And then when the doctor came in, and I said, it smells really bad in here. I don't know if you expressed an animal's anal glands in here. And he says, it really does smell bad. He came in with cologne on, and I said, thank you for having cologne because it smells really horrible in here. So I opened the door. Yes, we sprayed, but I opened the door to get fresh air in there. Something didn't smell right. It needed to be cleared out. So many messages were trying to get through to me, right? And I knew, and I did it. So it's unhealthy. You can't rationalize it and stop making excuses for it. It cannot be ignored. Because a little bit of mildew can actually be positive. My favorite dressing is blue cheese dressing. That's rotten cheese when you think about it. But I like it. It can be good. You have, what is that? Kombucha? Is that the tea, the fungus tea? Very healthy. Cleans you out, right? It can be a positive. It can be a vaccine, or it can be very, very harmful. Now, my cat, Prince, something fishy was going on there. It didn't smell right. After he had his surgery, it was neutered, and he was given way too many shots, and it caused his body to go into shock. He didn't react properly. That was a fungus, something that was put into his body, shouldn't have been put into his body, right? So there may be something that you're ingesting, that you're taking into your body. You're thinking that it's positive for you, right? I'm going to say this because I give my cat cannabis oil to calm him, to help him with his nausea, right? I don't keep my cats on cannabis oil. It was something that was needed at the time for the nausea, to help Lily start to eat. But you could be thinking, I need to smoke pot, it keeps me calm, but you're not paying attention to what the problem is. That's covering it up. It's not addressing, why are you anxious? What is going on in your environment that you need that to keep yourself sane? Why do you drink? I'm trying to, why do I shop? Like my landlord, he was stressed out after what happened with Prince. He was very emotional, and he wanted to go shopping. And he says, here, buy anything you want. And I said, no, I don't want anything. And I said, are you a stressed buyer? And he said, yes, very much so. And I said, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not going to make the situation better. So you could be somebody who goes and gambles when you get stressed out. You could be somebody who drinks, who smokes, who takes pot, who eats food. You may be, somebody who comfort food, right? These are all things that you do instead of examining what the problem is. So Spirit wants us to not ignore it. Eat healthy. Think healthy thoughts. Remove yourself from toxic negative energy. Please stop putting a Band-Aid on something that needs to be removed surgically. And when we need to have something removed surgically, that's when we call upon Archangel Michael to come in and pull out any barbs, any cords that have been attached to us, like I did with that person, that has been coming and coming and coming again and again. That person has come to my work page, to my personal page, to my Instagram, and I know it's the same person. It keeps coming. The same person disguised as somebody different. That is negative. I don't care if it's because you're shy or you don't know how to speak. I'm sorry. Don't come to me as somebody else. Don't lie to me. Don't manipulate. Don't spy on me. Don't, because you're jealous, insecure, or want something that doesn't belong. You won't ever have me. Ever. So that's my message, loud and clear. My love is given freely. It's not demanded. It's not taken. And you'll watch the lion come out in me. Interesting that I chose that word because I was literally thinking in my head the dragon, but the lion came out. And the lion will come out because Spirit will say, stay away. And I'm saying stay away. And if you don't respect that, you'll hear me roar. So, at this moment in your life, is it any of these situations? Or is it literally, just like in this house, something needs to be cleaned physically? Is your bathroom needing to be cleaned? There's mold in the corner because water's built up down by the toilet. Are you an unclean person? Maybe someone needs to point this out to you, and I'll let it be me, because I'm a neat freak. I was literally just, looking down at my floor, and I saw a spot, and I was scrubbing my floor. I don't like things dirty around me. I don't like things unclean. I don't like dust. I don't like smells. I have super nose. For a person that has 3 cats, you wouldn't know it. They go to the bathroom, their cat box is cleaned instantly. Do you have a cat box that hasn't been cleaned in 3 weeks and you don't notice the smell? Do you have dust all over the place? Have you not vacuumed? Have you not made your bed or changed your sheets? Have you not washed your hair? Does somebody need to tell you to take a shower and put on underarm deodorant? Like, literally, I'm being honest here. Sometimes your family or friends are too embarrassed to tell you, but I'm not. You stink. You need to clean up your act. You need to clean up your mouth. You need to clean up your attitude. You need to clean up your actions. Because cleanliness is next to godliness, in all ways. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. This is a very, very loud message. And it may just be that you are in that environment, because Spirit has been screaming about that for the longest time, and apparently it's not been listened to because it keeps coming up to be addressed. And it might be, just like me, you do cut them off, you do remove yourself from the situation, but then you feel bad and you let them back in. But you know that's a toxic environment. And literally, when they're not there, it's peaceful. Or do you have to leave your home to get peace? Do you have to go outside to where you feel like you're comfortable? Right? Do you only feel comfortable when you're at work because at home it's just so tense that you can't deal with it? It's telling you something. I got some scars. I've been around. I felt some pain, said some things, but I'm here now. Good old days. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, that someday these would have been the good old days. This is somebody who wishes they had asked that girl out, who had gone after that job. You know the song. This is somebody looking back and wishing they had. Well, today's the day to do it. Spirit's been telling us that for quite some time. Today's the day to do it. Get out of the toxic environment. Speak your truth, Archangel Michael said yesterday. Make sure your boundaries are respected. Make sure you're not in a codependent relationship where you are doing all the work and someone is taking everything from you. Where they're not physically present and you are giving all of your energy and they're just there to take it. You deserve better. You're worthy. Clean up your environment. And it starts with self-love. Correct neutrality on all levels. One more. Correct neutrality on all levels. Wow, that was interesting. It felt like there was a lot of messages. Oh, wow, here we go. It felt like they wanted to say more than one. And if this had been, I just didn't want to make our weekly reading heavy. And I was glad we got what we did. But, damn. This is the divine hand of God. You are being spied on. You have a distorted view of something. You're not seeing things clearly. You're not listening to the mildew, to the stink, to the toxicity that's around you. You're not paying attention. You're trying to be too nice, or you're making excuses, or you are just plain refusing to see. You might be urged by people that you, remember the ones who say what's, this is good for you, you should do this, you should do that, right? Well, at this time, you might be being asked by other family members, friends, spirit loudly, to look at your addictive behavior. What a substance has over on you. Something that has a hold on you. It could be, as I just said, this is just confirmation. Food, pot, alcohol. You start with soft drugs, maybe it doesn't work for that, you're depressed and you start with pot. Well, that doesn't work anymore, so then you go to heroin. That's how it happens. No, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, you're one of those people, You know, just because I smoke pot doesn't mean that I'm going to start doing heroin. No, of course not. But you may not have an addictive personality. This is addressing addictive behavior. As I said, it can be drugs, it can be alcohol, it can be food, it can be gambling, it can be shopping, it can be relationship, it can be sex, it can be gossiping, right? Spying. Well, you know, I've had this before. Hire a private detective to follow them. Are you kidding me? If you have to hire a private detective to follow somebody, or if you have to make up a fake account to spy on somebody, you don't know what love is, and you certainly don't have trust or love for yourself or that person or situation. That's toxic. If you have insecurities, address those. If you have worries, address them. Speak your truth. Don't spy on someone. Don't hire someone to follow somebody. You know? Address it, because our higher self is already telling us that something's not right. Something stinks. Something's not right. What is it, Spirit? Can you show me what it is? I'm not going to make a fake name up and a fake profile up and follow somebody. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I have blocked this person again and again and again, and they keep coming back. But they don't come enough to step forward and say who they are. That is an obsessed fan. That's somebody who's not balanced. That's somebody who needs mental help. And I don't want them in my environment. So right now, it could be any of those things. It feels good to shop. Feels good to eat all of that chocolate. Sit down and nobody's looking, and you get a carton of ice cream and you just plow through it, right? I'll just throw it up afterwards. That's not cool. That's bad for your body. It's not good for you. You already know it's not good for you. And then you throw it up. Gossip. A lot of times people talk about other people's lives because they feel bad about theirs, or they're bored, or they're lonely, or they don't have a life. So it gives them something, you know? Talk about somebody else. Or maybe they don't feel so bad about their lives if somebody else has got something negative going on. If you're gossiping about somebody else, you're not taking a look at yourself. You point a finger at somebody else, you go like this, and all these fingers are pointing back at you. So it would be best to look at yourself first before you talk about somebody else, or before you listen to the gossip. As I said, there are people that are lying, pretending to be be me. And they're talking about me and manipulating my words, turning things around. But if you listen to that person, I say you're welcome to go with them. I don't need you in my environment. I don't need you in my pack, because you're not my soul family. Because if you would listen to somebody who gossips about me, you're just like them. So you are not a loss to me. That's just spirit clearing out the garbage. That's how I view it. So right now, this is the divine hand. It's like, if you can't see, look, this is the seeing eye, right? Something is going to tempt you. You're going to want it. Clearly, if it's something is being offered to you that's tempting, it's going to be something you want, right? And it's coming at a time when you're blind to it. You're not seeing what it is. It could be having an affair. The person spying on me could be spying on me because they want me, but they're married, right? So maybe, and then they'll give you this sad story about, I'm getting a divorce, so I'm trying to blah blah. Don't come to me. You make a choice. Could be somebody dating two different people, you and someone else. I can't make up my mind, or I just can't quite figure it out. No, you know what? You already know. Because if you're not with me, you've already made a choice. So don't come to me and think I'm going to be a side party, because I'm not. I'm not involved in three-way groups at all. So if somebody comes to you and offers you an affair, I'm in an abusive place, I can't get out right now, blah, 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 and you like them and you care about them and you start believing their sad story. No, I'm sorry. There's a way out of anything. None of us are stuck. Spirit can get us out of anything. And if you can't get out of that, well, when you do get out of that, then come talk to me, but not while you're in it. Sorry. But right now, there's something that underneath the harmless fun, which could be a party, which could be, as I said, the temptation. It could be spending, money. You're not thinking. You're putting everything on your credit card. And then all of a sudden, you don't know, you get hit with a big bill and bam, you're screwed, right? But right now, Spirit's saying you're intoxicated by something. You're intoxicated by something that is not in your highest good. So if you keep moving down that path, your higher self is already telling you. You're already getting warnings, Red flags are going up. You need to listen to what's going on, to whatever it is that this temptation is that's coming to you. Look at it. Don't go any forward any further. Spirit wants you to stop and take a look at that. Whatever they're offering you at this time. Don't let somebody buy you something that you're not in a relationship with. You know, then they feel you owe them something. And I don't mean, you know, a friend, you know what I'm talking about. You know when somebody is, they're trying to lure you in to something that you don't feel, don't go there. Be clear here. A secretive relationship, junk food, drinking before you go somewhere. You were going to leave. You're just have a shot. No, don't do it. From somebody who's had DUI, don't do it. You know better than to drink and then get in a car and drive. You shouldn't be getting in a car when you're stoned and driving. You're under the influence. You know better. It's also about speaking words. Careful of the words that come out of your mouth. They can scar people. You can't take words back. Are you being disrespectful? Flirting with somebody else's girlfriend or husband or boyfriend or wife. That's so disrespectful. Well, they're not in a relationship. You know your best friend has something for this person, loves them, and you're going to go behind their back? You don't deserve that person or your friend. You aren't a friend. You don't know what the meaning of the word friendship is. Whatever it is, this disrespectful. It could be thoughts, words, anything. It's going to harm. And it's going to take you away from your spiritual path, clearly, because all of it is toxic. All of it is negative. So don't indulge in it. Look at what's really taking place. And if you don't understand truly what's taking place, get clear, get quiet, and ask Spirit, please show me. What am I missing? What is that stench that I'm smelling? What is that? Why does my hair raise on the back of my neck? Why am I getting an uncomfortable feeling here? Something's not right. Please show me what it is. And it could be, the sad part is that what's pulling at you right now is your fiercest addiction. What is it that you desperately want? You're addicted to. You can't let go. Right now, Spirit says this is a chance to break free. An addictive relationship is not healthy. Addictions of all kind are destructive. And Spirit's saying, stop. Okay, I'm going to ask for a message from the radio. I knew this was going to come up. What about us? You called and we came, but what about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about us? What about trust? What about love? What about trust? What about us? That is healthy. Love, trust. But somebody's saying, what about that? What happened to that? What about us? So something's wrong and you're refusing to look at it and see it. This one's saying, what about us? Maybe you think you've invested a lot of time into this company, into this business, into this work relationship. Yes, it's toxic. Yes, there's problems. Yes, these people have lied. Yes, these people have done things, but you know they've said that they're gonna make it up. No, they're not. That's what a narcissist does. They come forward and they're all charming and they'll tell you all the things that you've done wrong, and you'll start believing them by the time they're done. They know how to feed off of positive energy. That's why they have you there. By the time they're finished with you, you'll be thinking it's all your fault and you fucked up. Yeah, you did fuck up when you didn't listen to Spirit and you didn't get out. Spirit told you there's a falling tower. You could have got out before the tower fell and you didn't. Then the tower fell and you're going to stay underneath the rubble and rot? The tower fell because it was not built on a firm foundation. It was meant to fall. The relationship was meant to break up. That job was meant to be, you were meant to be fired from that job. Literally walked away. Anything. Sometimes we don't realize at the time why it falls apart, but it falls apart because Spirit's protecting us. As I said, the delay, there's a reason for the delay. It's divine intervention. It's protection. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Yep. Okay, so right now, Spirit's telling you, be yourself. You know the ones that are saying that you should do this, you should do that, you're not doing things the right way? This little fairy is saying, fuck you. Straight up, that's what she's saying. I am who I am. They want you to be your true self. If you feel like looking like her, if you want tattoos, I mean, I say stupid things. I mean, not that I say stupid things, but the examples that society gives are so out in left field. I don't quite know how to do it, you know? But it's like, because I don't see anything unusual with red hair, with red streaks in your hair, with purple streaks in your hair, with turquoise streaks in your hair. I love that. If my hair's really, really long, and if it wouldn't damage my hair and break it, I would love to put mermaid streaks in my hair, you know, underneath, so that when I pull up my hair, you can see, in a ponytail, you can see it. I think it's adorable. I have a giant mermaid tattoo on my stomach. I have a little cat face on my right hip. My nose is pierced. My ears are pierced twice. I had a belly button piercing years ago. I don't now, right? I wear tons of jewelry, right? This is who I am. So, but people look at me and they think I'm rebellious, or I'm out there, or I'm, you know, she shouldn't. I mean, when I first got my nose pierced, I thought my family was going to freak out. My mom loved it, and she said, I wish I had the nerve to do that, and she did. She ended up going and getting her nose pierced. Because society has ideas of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Now, we're just using this as an example. There could be anything. Because you could come from a very, very strict religious family, and you're not allowed to date anyone outside of your race or your religion. I was raised that way. But I'm in love with that person. I have connected with that person. If you marry that person, we will disown you. We will cut you off. My son has disowned me because of my spiritual beliefs. And it's actually because of his religious beliefs. But Spirit is saying, you be yourself. Don't you capitulate. Don't you be told how you should dress, how you should act, how you should think, what your belief system should be. There are people right now that are sticking their nose in your business, and they're telling you what you should do and how you should do it. And you've been trying to do it. You've been trying to toe the line. Or you have not allowed yourself to be who you truly are. You have stuffed who you truly are inside of yourself. Because you didn't want to rock the boat, or, I don't know, you didn't want to lose your family. You didn't want to be an outcast from the group of people because you were looked down upon. Never judge a book by its cover. I talked about true love last night. It was in the messages for our weekly reading, and it was the bullfrog? I think it was. It was about cleansing and clearing away. And it talked about how, I'll show you. This is what you've been trying to do. You've been trying to be that, when in all reality, you're that. Right? So the bullfrog, it's about, you know, you got to kiss a bunch of frogs before you find your prince. And I laughed when I saw the bullfrog, because when I walked up to him, he stopped talking. And I said, he stopped making his noise. And I said, is that the prince, you know, the frog that I'm going to kiss and he's going to turn into a prince? You know, he was talking to me, but then he stopped talking. And I started thinking about the bullfrog and how you kiss a prince and a frog, and it turns into a prince, right? But basically what it's telling you is, don't judge a book by its cover. You may look at somebody on the outside and not recognize what's on the inside. Now, it can go both ways. There could be somebody that is not, you know, pleasant looking, nice looking, you know. They're not like runway model, but they've got a heart of gold, and when they walk into the room, it lights up, and the energy that they emit is just amazing. Have you ever seen an incredibly beautiful woman walking with a man that's it's bald with a big belly and kind of frumpy, and you're thinking, how did that happen? Well, I know what you're first thinking. Wow, right as I said that, the osprey landed on the tree. Shoot, right as I said that. Oh, shoot, he's on the top of the tree. He's back. Okay, now, I'm being distracted, I know. I'm going to tell you something in a minute, but his wings were out in the air right then. And you think, how did that happen? Because I saw what was in you. Now, there could be a beautiful person, but what's inside of them is amazing. Like, to me, you look at that person and you see somebody that's different, somebody that's, there you see a rebel. But you could see somebody who's strange, who's weird, who's, you know, eccentric, who's basically a spiritual person, right? Jack of all trades, master of none, kind of the oddball, the weirdo, the one on the fringe, the one who's living an alternative lifestyle. What I live is considered an alternative lifestyle. But I know that heart. It's like my prince in dusty armor that came up, right? My little prince. He was all dusty. His coat was black. But when I went to bathe him and I went to dry him, his coat underneath is silver. He's a prince in that dark armor. You see something within you. That is what the frog prince is. It's not that you didn't fall in love with their exterior. You saw something within them that no one else took the time to see. And right when I said that, that's when the Osprey showed up. The Osprey is, I said yesterday in the weekly reading, it could only get better if the Osprey showed up. He is amazing. He's the most beautiful, to me, of all hawks. I know who he represents. And the Osprey says, stay on the alert, be vigilant. There's very important information pending. You will dive down under your emotional waters, and you will be able to emerge. And there's an opportunity at hand that they want you to take. Here, there is a positive, and it's this one. It's the one, the job, the situation, the person. It's not the one over here, the wealth, the riches. Look at the difference between, look at the life in this one, and look at the death in that one. This one followed their own path. This one was considered alternative lifestyle. This one is all dressed up and trussed up in their, this is the benevolent facade, and it's killing you. So Spirit's telling you right now, true love recognizes what's within you, not what's outside of you. So if you already have a beautiful person and then they have a beautiful soul, oh my God, then you are intoxicated. But you are intoxicated in the right way. You're not intoxicated. You're not drugged like the divine hand was talking about by the illusion, by money, by status, by symbol, by acceptance, by, you know what I mean? There's a slight difference between these two here. I fall in love with this. That's real love. I know what's within this heart. You don't know because you're not awake enough to recognize it. My alternative lifestyle is all about love. It's about following my true soul's path. And I feel free to express myself in any way I see fit, as long as I am coming from a place of love. And that's what Spirit's telling you right now. You're tired of doing this. You're tired of towing the line, of doing what your parents are telling you, what your friends are telling you. Even your classmates, I don't know how old you are that are listening to this, but they want you to belong to the jock crowd. They don't want you on the fringe. These guys are nice. The nerd group, you don't realize them. Those are cool people. That's the Breakfast Club. I always liked the Breakfast Club. I was always for the underdog. I was never for the cheerleaders and the jocks. Never. They wanted me to be a cheerleader, but I wasn't. I'll be a spiritual cheerleader, right? And I look like that. So when maybe I don't feel like smiling. I'm not going to give you an insincere compliment. I'm not going to tell you things that aren't real. I'm not going to be promiscuous girl, promiscuous man, if you know that song. I'm not going to tell you all that stuff to get what I want from you. I'm not going to buy you things to buy your affection and buy your love. I'm going to love you for who you are. I'm not going to expect you to change who you are to be what I want you to be. The Osprey is on top of that, the tallest branch of the faraway tree. I don't know if you guys can see. See the palm fronds? We're right next to that. There's that little spike. That's the top of a tree, and that's where the Osprey is sitting. He's looking at things from a higher perspective. He's also alone. He would rather be alone and see things from the clearer perspective than be in a crowd like that. Because he wants to be free. He wants to be himself. He likes being different. He's beautiful. There he comes. There he comes. Oh, he's coming over. Oh, shoot, he's going down into the houses so you can't see him. I can see him. He's on the move. He's going up into the sky. Can you see him circling? Okay, so I see another in the sky, and if that's a pair, I'm going to flip and lose my mind because it's not a vulture. It's huge. It's not a vulture. It's either two ospreys or it's a red hawk, and I know you can't see them. I wish that you could. Oh my God. If I saw two ospreys here, I think I would lose it. I'm gonna keep watching from inside. But the Grumpy Red Fairy is saying, just like the Osprey, I know my beauty. I know my own inner beauty, my own inner worth. I value myself as I am. And I'm able to see, just like the bullfrog, I'm able to see a prince in dusty armor. That little cat came to us with a dog collar with spikes on it. And the collar said, out chasing hoe, so be a bro and let me go. If you got a snitch, call my main bitch. They didn't care about that animal. We called them. They didn't care. That dog, the cat had been treated like a dog with spike collars. I can't tell you what the abuse that the animal has been through. And I knew he came up and he had that badass collar on. He wasn't a badass collar. He a badass, rough rebel. He's a baby. And remember that message I got this morning, the first thing I got. You're going to have a very important conversation with a prince baby. And that's what I received, that person that I read to you. That prince baby. That prince was not visible as a prince on the outside, but I saw the prince in that one. We recognize each other. We see quality because we read energy. Soul family. We are not influenced and swayed by the benevolent facade. So the addiction that's coming to you, that's tempting you, it shows you that you're off balance. It shows you that you're not grounded because you shouldn't be tempted. You need to actually see what it is. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated. Don't try and appease people and not be yourself. Don't try to fit in because you don't belong there. You may have wanted to fit in your whole life, but you don't see what you already have. Spirit does. Spirit says you are worthy of everything that your heart desires. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of respect. You are worthy of open, clear communication. You are worthy because you are fantastic as you are, only as you are. When you pretend to be somebody other than you are, then you draw that to you. This is you, but you're dressing up like this. That's what you're going to draw. Those are your friends. Sick, uptight, possessive, controlling, narcissistic, abusive. Why are you there? Feel free to express yourself. Spirit wants you to speak up. Be your own true self. Whatever you want to do. Don't fake it. Don't freaking fake it. And I keep going back to that person who keeps coming to me as a fake person. Nothing makes me more angry than lies. Don't lie to me. I want to see you like that. I don't care to see you in a $70,000 car, in an Armani suit, with a big ring and expensive watch hanging off your arm and a padded bank account. I don't give a shit what kind of house you live in. I want to see the real you. Don't fake it, because I'll see you for who you are. I'm a seer. Spirit sees you for who you are. You may think that you're pulling something over on somebody, but you're not. You're a fool. And Spirit wants you to be the fool, not act the fool. Be the fool is take a leap of faith. Step outside of the box of what's normal and be truthfully who you are. Embrace and love yourself for who you are. Try something different. Be authentic. Act like you should be. Stop being so sugary sweet. And the ones that are crossing your boundaries, stop being so accommodating. Sometimes you've got to say it the way it is. Sometimes it's got to be nasty. If they don't hear it, if they don't get the hint, you're going to have to be clear about it. Because right now, at this moment, you're not being clear. You're deluding yourself. So then when you actually truly smile, here he comes. When you truly smile and you say something to somebody, and it's the truth, then you draw, oh, look at him dive, look at him dive. He's diving into the water. Oh, look at him go. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. See? That's natural. That's nature. That's real. It's beautiful. In your natural element. Oh, he just came to the top of that tree. He's incredible. He's so incredible. I'm really sorry because I know that you can't see him like I can. I just maybe you may be able to catch his wings because when he's flapping his wings, the light, the sun shines on the light in him. See, and that's the truth of it. When you come out in the light and the light shines on you, you're noticeable. You're seen for who you truly are. That one, the Osprey, he's seeing him. He's allowing you to see him for who he is. He's looking at things from a higher perspective, and he's being realistic and truthful. Spirit wants you to do the same. These messages all went together. So this is a really long reading. I knew it would be. I'm going to ask for, I want an upswing. I want an upswing here. If it comes on the radio, good. If it doesn't, I'm gonna take it from the Spirit Oracle cards. God, see, I want to just spend all my time with him. Actually, the Osprey is the animal representation of my twin soul, my spiritual twin soul. I'm not talking about a human person right now. I'm talking about a spiritual twin soul. Please understand that. When I talk about my twin soul, I'm talking about one who is in his highest spiritual power, and that is the Osprey. So that's why I'm so in love with him. When I see him show up like that, it's pretty amazing. Correct for neutrality on all levels, because he is the relative of the hawk. I'm the red hawk, and the Osprey is the partner. And he's the most beautiful raptor. Correct for neutrality on all levels. When I see him show up, I know that Spirit is here. I mean, I know Spirit's with me anyway, but for him to show up like that, it's kind of like when I felt the presence yesterday in the weekly reading behind me. I kept feeling someone behind me, and Archangel Michael made his presence known. That's how I feel. I kept feeling that yesterday. You know, that's when you know Spirit is with you. Spirit is here. I'm telling you, you are looking at things from the right perspective. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I'm not hearing anything on the radio right now but noise. Just noise. So there's a lot of white noise in your environment. There's a lot of, so that could be clearing or causing confusion for you. And that's why the Osprey was, he was flying around and he was flapping his wings. He was clearing up, like getting the energy moving through, right? I don't know if you've ever seen a duck in the water. You see it mostly with the ducks, and even little birds. They'll sit on my railing and they'll ruffle their feathers. Because they're trying to get, they're cleaning them. They're airing them. So basically, it's like airing laundry is what's going on, and that's what the Osprey is doing right there. He's airing things out. So see, when oh God, I get so excited because he's just so big, and he just took off, and he looked like he was flying straight here again. I'm gonna be outside afterwards, taking pictures of him because he's incredible. So the Osprey also represents me. It's my own higher self, because I am my own spiritual twin, right? So it's for you guys. It's kind of like you and your guardian angel all kind of connecting together, and it's a confirmation. So whatever messages are coming to you at this time, it's your highest self speaking. I'm connecting with mine, that's for sure, because my twin soul and I, whether it ever happens in the physical, it's different than the spiritual. My twin soul is in his highest self, always, and I will always be connected to that energy. Whether the physical person is ever able to work through their ego mind and through their issues and stay on their path, that's a different story, right? But we stay connected to our highest self. And that's just, for me, the physical manifestation of my highest self was the Osprey showing up. So that's keeps things in perspective for me. So maybe if that helps any of you, it doesn't boil down to a physical relationship. It's a spiritual relationship. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. Give us one really, really important one to go out with. Okay. Feel my presence within you. Whoops, sorry. We had this. You know what? No, I'm shuffling this one away. Basically, it's feel my presence within you and feel the love showering down upon you. And they show a rainbow, and it's like a mouth. So it's like, speak your truth, speak your love, allow and accept the love that's being brought to you. That's the main message. It's accept the love, because maybe we're pushing it away. And we're allowing ourselves to stay in a toxic environment because maybe we feel we deserve it. We don't feel we're worthy. And Spirit is saying you are worthy. Please accept the love that is showering down upon you right now. Wow, why did they have to give me such heavy ones? Well, okay. That makes sense. So your vibration is being raised to a higher level. You may be feeling that you're in this world, but somehow not part of this world. Absolutely. What it is it's the magic of creation at work in our life. It's a silver star light entering our aura, and our energetic field is becoming finer, and that gives us a stronger connection to Spirit, which is what I was just literally observing, what's going on just outside there. And as I was saying, I was connecting to a spiritual energy, not a physical person. And that is what's going on. I remember I said my prince in dusty armor, underneath his coat was silver, right? Well, this is the silver star vibration, the energetic. And you know, I feel really good right now because I'm literally feeling all of my chakras are spinning. I am feeling this energy. So Spirit is asking you to accept this. If you can feel this moving through, I have prickles in my hands. I'm connecting with this silver energy. And that's why I saw the silver underneath the coat of that prince in that dusty armor. It's a spiritual connection. And that's the vibration that's coming down from Spirit. When the Osprey, look at, you can't help but think that they look like wings. And when he went to ruffle his wings, he had them way out to the side. You saw the white shining through. That was like the silver. It's interesting. I've always preferred silver to gold. Isn't that interesting? Look at my nails. I've always preferred silver to gold. It's because it's the vibration, the silver star vibration, our auric energy field. It's lifting our vibration. God, I love this. It's like, I look at it this way. Imagine this as your emotional waters, right? You know when the waves, or even in the lake, if you flush your hands across the water, you get little bubbles like this, right? And it's like the little bubbles of energy that are bursting. It's almost like 7-Up, right? That's what I feel moving up through my body right now. And it's coming because it's not just coming from within me. It comes because it's connecting first from the outside. Spirit is showering it down upon us, see? And then we rise up to meet it. And this purple is the highest spiritual color. This is an absolute spiritual connection taking place. Dang, it's amazing. That's why the Osprey showed up. I am connecting with my twin soul right now. So you are connecting with your twin soul. Whether it be in spirit, I don't know for you. But that is the energetic, and that is at the highest vibration. You won't be in a toxic environment when you're feeling this energy. You won't feel this energy when you're in a toxic environment. If you're in a toxic relationship, this is not there for you. To receive this, you have to be in the right vibration. It's amazing. Good things are coming. Damn. I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. Have a fantastic day. I got to go see my Osprey.